I get asked all the time, how can we compete without competing on price? I've got a matrix behind me, a simple model that you can do yourself, and it covers across any industry, and what you're looking for is some elements of your service that you can compete on that are not price driven. And we also want to identify areas of your service or product that you provide benefits that don't necessarily need to cost you a lot. So this model here is called an SCA, which stands for Sustainable Competitive Advantage. And in the example on the left-hand side of the matrix, which is going from 0 to 10, 10 being high value to the customer. So we've got value to the customer down this side of the axis. And along the bottom here, we've got the ability to beat competition. So we're looking at ways to beat a competitor. Now there's primarily two reasons why a competitor can be a little bit cheaper than you in price. And the first one is that they've got technology, they've got some great processes that they've developed and put in place, and it might have been developed over many, many years. But that's not the most common reason why somebody can be cheaper than you. The second most common reason why somebody can be cheaper than you is because they're just too stupid. They're selling their services below or close to what it's costing them. And what I keep telling my clients is if you've got a competitive advantage, you need to do some competitor analysis, understand and look around and see what is your competition doing, how much are they charging, and that's mystery shopping. It could be asking past clients when they come to you, or new clients when they come to you, where were they being serviced before and how could you do it better? As I said, this example here is going to be for one specific industry. It's going to be for a motor mechanic, but you can use the same strategy, the same tool, no matter which industry you might be in. So we're looking at ranking some attributes on a grid from 1 to 10 being high value to the customer, and across the bottom a subjective feeling of what we can do to beat our competition, so our ability to beat the competitor. The old favourite is always quality. Everybody likes to put down quality, and quality certainly is an opportunity to beat the competition. Price is another one, and qualified mechanics. Now, what we want to be looking at here is what other elements could we rank that the clients might like. Now, for this one here being a motor mechanic, we could offer a loan car. And we might charge that car out at, let's say, $20 per day. We could offer free pickup and drop off. And we might even throw in here another one that some people seem to think is quite valuable, is clean waiting areas. Another one might be that this motor mechanic decides that when he lends out the or sells out the loan car, he might fit baby seats to the back. Another one might be that they decide they want to open early and close late. Some other elements that they might have is they may offer a free pre-purchase inspection. So we've got a raft of ideas that we think might be valuable to the customer, and it might give us a competitive advantage. So what we do is we rank these purely out of 10, 1 being low and 2 being high. So with the value to the customer, and this other one is ability to beat competition. The value to the customer on quality, the customer may value that quite highly, and let's say that's about an 8. The ability to beat the competition is quite challenging because the competitor is also going to be claiming that they offer a quality service. So we need to pick service attributes or product attributes that give us a competitive advantage, which our competitors can't claim. So the ability to beat the competitor here is probably quite low, about a 2. Price. The price, value to the customer, everybody's wanting a good deal. So the price might be that's ranked at about, say, a 9. But the ability to beat the competition, as I said before, there's always competitors out there. They can be cheaper than you. And the price game is never the game that you want to be playing. You want to be playing, being a high-price service provider, a high-price quality provider. If you're not high-priced, you won't sustain losses within your business, and every business has losses. You also want to maintain your profitability. So the value to a customer or ability to beat the competition is probably a 3. There will always be people out there that can beat you on price. A qualified motor mechanic, and we might draw a line across here just to make this easier. A qualified mechanic is probably worth about a 6 in the client's eyes. The ability to beat the competition is very low because all of your competition is going to be qualified. So that might be a 4. Loan car, there may be some terrific options for providing loan cars to your customers. That might be valued by your customers as 10. And ability to beat your competition, you'd have a look around, do some mystery shopping, find out, are your competitors actually offering loan cars? And if they're not, then that's obviously very high value. Free pickup and drop off is it could be the people like stay-at-home mums that don't actually want to come out and bring their children out with them to get their car serviced. That could also be a 10. And the ability to beat the competition, if there's nobody offering drop off and pickup, that might be ranked at, say, an 8. Clean waiting areas. Well, surprisingly, although it is nice to have clean waiting areas, the preference for most people nowadays who are in time short, they never have enough time, so sitting around waiting for them to get their car serviced is not something that they want to do. So what we might rank that as here is clean waiting areas is valued by the customer maybe at about a 6. It's not a strong point, but also our competition also will have clean waiting areas. So that might be a 4. Baby seats, value to the customers. Obviously, if you're talking about a tradesman, the tradesman doesn't care about baby seats. But if you're looking at stay-at-home mums, the stay-at-home mums might find value in having baby seats, and that could be valued by a 10. And the ability to beat the competition, if no one is actually offering baby seats as part of their service, that would also be a 10. The open early and close late. Now, I don't know how many times I've heard some motor mechanics or business owners turn around and say, oh, it's nearly 5 o'clock and I'm going to be shutting up shop and then going home. What about your customers? We need to be organising times because most people that are not motor mechanics are actually working till at least 5 o'clock, and then they've got to negotiate traffic to get out to see you. So opening early to suit your customers and closing late to suit your customers should be something that's on your list. And if your competition is not doing it, it's a great competitive advantage. Now the clients might value that at, say, a 9, and that the ability to beat the competition might also be a 9. Now a free pre-purchase inspection checklist, you might decide as the motor mechanic to offer a first-time car buyer or even an existing client, the fact that you will say to them, look, we will check out the cars for you and we will write up a list of all of the things that we see wrong with those vehicles, and then we'll put a price besides those elements that need repairing. You can now take that list back to the seller of the car and negotiate whatever it's going to cost you or part of that, whatever it's going to cost you can come off the price. Naturally, where the motor mechanic's value in this is because he would also turn and say, well, don't forget to put the price, if you're financing the car, don't forget to leave aside some money to get the most critical repairs done. So the value of the free pre-purchase inspection, and that also means that the client's generally going to be coming back to see you once they've got their car purchased. So that could be a 9, and that could be also, let's say, an 8, if no one else is offering that. So we've done some numbers there now. How do we plot this on a graph? Well, it's quite simple. We look at quality, which we go up 8 and across to 2, and we put, that would be around here, so that's number 1, and we can cross it off. It's really important when you're doing this to make sure you cross them off as you go, so you don't double dip and put something ranked up there that you've already counted. Number 2 is price. So that's a 9, go up to 9 and across to 3. That's number 2. cross that off. Qualified mechanic, that's valued at 6, and we go across here to the number 4, so that would be number 3. Loan cars for $20 a day is valued at 10, and we also come across here to 10, so that would be 0.4. Cross that off. Free pickup and drop off, again, we're up to the customer value ranking is very high, and over here to about an 8, and that goes to number 5. Cross that up. Number 6 is clean waiting area. So this is only ranked at 6 and 4. So we're only looking, although it's a 6, we'd probably put it around here. Cross it off. Baby seats, again, up around the 10 and the 10. So that would be number 7. Cross it off. Open early and close late is 9. So we're up around about here. That's an 8. Cross it off. And free pre-purchase inspection is again a 9 and an 8. I'm not starting to get quite cluttered up around here. So we'll put that in as number 9. And what it means for you is this is quite easy, where if you had $10,000 to market your business, where you want to be spending your dollars is up around this quadrant here. Now, if we now measure numbers down here of number 5, number 4, number 7, and 9 and 8. So when we look at those there, a loan car, you can purchase a loan car for maybe $10,000, and when you're renting that out for $20 a day, which I have done with several of my clients, it becomes a highly sought after prize. And when you get people ringing you on the phone, they'll be asking you, can I book it in on the Wednesday? And they want the loan car. You may turn around and say no, and they'll say, well, cancel the booking on Wednesday. I need the loan car. I need to be able to go back to work, or the customer is going to decide what's convenient for them. So when we're looking at free pickup and drop off, that doesn't cost a lot. You can use some cheap labour to go out there and pick the customers up. When you do that, please make sure that the person can actually engage with the customer and have a conversation. Sometimes people who are not working, perhaps retirees, could be a good market segment to use. They could be quite eloquent in the conversation. You certainly don't want to be sending someone out who's going to put any grease stains in the car, or worse still, is going to have an aggressive nature or possibly even swear within the customer. So finding someone mature, finding someone that's got some worldly skills that can engage in a conversation, so that they take the customer's mind off the fact that they're going to be getting a bill from you to repair their car. The next one down here, baby seats. You could purchase a relatively inexpensive set of one baby seat for maybe $200, $250, and that would last you a year or two. Open early and close late. You could start some staff early on the shift, and then another group of people come on board, another group of fee earners come on board at say 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, and they become the second shift, and they can be there at 5, 6, 7 o'clock at night to help hand the cars back to the customers. The free pre-purchase inspection is just a checklist. It's only going to take a little bit of time. So you can see here quite quickly we've identified what is the value to the customer, and we've ranked those. What's our ability to beat the competition, and we've ranked those. You can see that that's now scoring these up around here, and if you want to be spending any money, and you can see here pretty quickly that outside of the loan car, you don't need to spend that much money. So this is a tool, the Sustainable Competitive Advantage tool is a tool that I use with my clients. I hope you can use it within your business, and if you have any questions, obviously please send me a question, make contact with me, and I hope this works for you.